one deep to right center field. You can't forget about it.
It's great to be a Florida Gator.
It's great to be a Florida Gator.
It's great to be a Florida Gator.
Gator Nation is a strong, committed community
that achieves the most when we do it together.
Together. Our shared passion gives us an unbreakable trust with one another.
Out to Mercer Bears.
Gator Nation is about winning.
We are national champions,
All-Americans,
and Olympians.
Name, image, and likeness is a whole new ballgame.
Gator student athletes deserve a top NIL program.
and we must be competitive with our rivals.
Anytime.
Anywhere.
Gators support Gators.
Gators support Gators.
When we sway shoulder to shoulder in the swamp,
or do the chomp,
we celebrate as one.
Florida Victorious is the next chapter in UF's NIL story.
We are
Florida Victorious.
Florida Victorious delivers life-changing impact for our student athletes.
Inside access for our fans.
And strong value for our partners.
We are Florida Victorious.
Florida Victorious is a powerful force for good in the University of Florida community.
On and off the field.
On and off the court.
On and off the mat.
Florida Victorious will contribute to winning.
And do so with integrity.
Gator fans, let's get on board now, okay?
Don't back down.
Don't back down.
Don't back down.
Gators support Gators.
Join us today and help make every moment a victory.
Get up and go to floridavictorious.com
to support our path to victory.
Florida Victorious, the proud NIL partner of the Florida Gators.
The Gators Breakdown podcast is ready to go. And as you just heard, with Florida's new NIL entity leading the way for Gator Nation, Florida Victorious, joining me to break it all down, CEO Nate Barbera, right there of Florida Victorious. Nate, exciting time in Gator Nation. You guys just announced Florida Victorious yesterday. Thank you for joining me right here on Gators Breakdown.
Happy to be here, Dave. This is what a cool experience and a cool opportunity to be on your show. Big fan. Love to hear how you break everything down. And happy to be here. Happy to talk about Florida Victorious. Exciting times, like you said.
Absolutely. You know, all football all the time here on Gators Breakdown. NIL is such a huge part of all of the sports out there. But, of course, you know, football first and foremost. All the headlines that we've heard from the last few years of NIL all culminates with you guys, you know, announcing this yesterday. All the big names on board. We just heard from Billy Napier and Steve Spurrier and Todd Golden and Scott Strickland leading the way here and getting this thing done. So let's get straight to it, you know, and why there was a need for Florida Victorious. And what makes Florida Victorious different from all the previous NIL efforts that Florida has put out there so far?
Look, as you and I know, and everybody knows, the NIL landscape is constantly evolving. It's changing all the time. And so as we've seen around the country, many collectives have come together and unified under one umbrella in order to have a maximum impact on the student athletes that they're there to support. And so this was the time. You know, there's no time like the present. We were excited to be able to have the opportunity to step up to the plate and make a difference for UF student athletes. It's really about them. It's about making a difference for UF student athletes. That's why we're here.
Nate, what's been the feedback so far, Florida Victorious, since you guys have launched, you know, in the last day or so?
And I am very thankful for everybody in Gator Nation. It's just been a phenomenal reception. I think everybody's excited to hear about our new organization, about the work that we're doing, and the work that we have done, and the work that we're going to continue to do. It's an exciting time. You know, I'll tell you that the feedback has been very positive. And all we ask of Gator Nation is to rally behind Florida Victorious and support us in our quest to help the Gators win. At the end of the day, that's what Gator Nation wants. Gator Nation wants to win on and off the field. And we're going to do that. We're going to help make that happen. We're going to do it with integrity. We're going to do it the right way. And we need all of Gator Nation to rally behind us and support Florida Victorious.
Absolutely. So, Nate, of course, NIL's still kind of in its infancy. We're learning every day, it seems, about NIL and how to attack it. What would you say to someone who is skeptical of name, image, and likeness in general? And, also maybe even, some of the headlines Florida has faced in the last few months, all the skepticism maybe around NIL.
Yeah, look, I would say that NIL, when it's done the right way, is a powerful force for good for University of Florida student athletes and for the community. So Florida Victorious actually got its start as a nonprofit organization that works with student athletes to support charities in the local Gainesville community. So we bring our student athletes out into the community in places like the Alachua Habitat for Humanity, to the Ronald McDonald House, to the St. Francis House, to the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank, and a few others. And they go out and do service work. They get the benefit of seeing, the great work that these charities are doing in our community, and they actually help out. They're out there painting the houses at the Habitat for Humanity. They're cooking dinner for the families that are staying at the Ronald McDonald House. They're brightening the days of these folks who are going through rough times. And then they're using those experiences to post about them on social media and raise awareness for the needs of those charities. And so when I think about the value of NIL and what's going on in the collegiate landscape, NIL can be an incredibly powerful force for good if it's channeled the right way, and that's what we're doing. So I'm very excited about NIL. Obviously, the student athletes deserve the opportunity, and we're happy to be able to work with them to provide some exciting opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And of those opportunities, Nate, I think it was just announced today, over 60 football players, I believe, were announced already for Florida Victorious.
Yeah, that's correct. We've got 64 student athletes on the football team that are working with us. We actually also have all 20 members of the women's softball team that are part of Florida Victorious, and a number of other student athletes across a couple other sports, as you saw. So we've got Jack Caglione, we've got Kayla DiCello, and there are a number of other folks who are going to come out and support us at the tailgate tomorrow in advance of the Orange and Blue game. So we're excited. Our aim is to make as big of an impact as possible, as broad of an impact as possible. We would love to get to the point where we can offer opportunities to every single student athlete on UF's campus. The reality is, the only way we're going to be able to do that is with the support of all of Gator Nation, right? We need to continue to raise funds to be able to provide phenomenal opportunities for these student athletes. And that's what Florida Victorious needs help with. We need all of Gator Nation to sign up, to join today, and to help us make a difference.
Nate, we heard in that promo of kind of competing with rivals out there. So what's the NIL landscape out there, and how can Florida be competitive in this landscape?
And make no mistake about it, the landscape is competitive. As I mentioned before, across the country, the NIL organizations supporting other universities are organizing, they're professionalizing, and so it's our job to pull together and to build a really strong NIL entity that would make the University of Florida student athletes proud and make Gator Nation proud to support it. In order for us to compete, we've got to be the best. We've got to pull our resources together. We've got to make it happen. We have to have clear, concise messaging. We have to make it easy for folks to want to support us. And I think that's what we're doing. As you saw, we've got a pretty exciting advisory board. I'm bringing on AR, Danny Warfel, Laura Rutledge. We've got some really awesome folks who are incredible names, some very successful business people who have supported the university in a massive way. We're going to learn from all of them and their unique and varied experiences to help us navigate this changing landscape and help us be competitive. At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's about being competitive. It's about helping to win. I don't get into anything unless I know I can win, and we can win. That's what we need to do.
Absolutely. Here. Let's go. And as you mentioned, Anthony Richardson, Gary Collinger, Hugh Hathcott, Laura Rutledge, Patrick Young, Trey Burton, Stephanie Bryan. That's your advisory board there. A lot of names Gator fans know out there, but also, like I said in that promo we heard before we came on here, Scott Strickland, Billy Napier, Todd Golden. We see that there's UAA support. What does it mean to have the backing of that group?
And look, it means a lot. I think Scott Strickland's a phenomenal guy, coaching staff, all the coaches at University of Florida are phenomenal. They do things the right way. At the end of the day, the mantra of the UAA is to provide a championship experience with integrity. And that's something that I align completely with. which is why I think, it's exciting to have the opportunity to get to know these guys. Obviously, we're an independent entity. We are not affiliated with the university, but we do have the opportunity to get to know them. We're excited to have their support, and we're excited to make a difference in University of Florida communities and with the University of Florida student athletes.
Speaking of student athletes, this is what it's all about. It is about the student athlete. They are the heart of this. What's been the feedback of NIL so far at Florida, and maybe what else can be done that they may be looking for Florida Victorious to be doing down the road?
Well, the feedback so far has been very positive. We've had the opportunity to work with a number of these student athletes, and as I said before, the student athletes at the University of Florida are special people. We've had it's just great experiences working with them, going out into the University of Florida communities, working with charities. They're making such an impact in Gainesville. It's special to see our guys and our ladies show up at these places and make a difference, in the eyes of the folks who are getting the support that we're providing. It is really special. And I think, the feedback from them has been very positive as well. We're happy to be able to support them. Every single student athlete at the University of Florida works their tails off to be the best that they can at their sport and in the classroom. And we're just ecstatic to be able to support them along the way.
Nate, let's get to it, and I'll put it up there. There's the tiers right there. How Gator fans, how Gator Nation can really get involved here at Florida Victorious. 90% of the subscriptions will go to the student athlete. So this is what the offers are there. Can you talk about some of these tiers and what all the kind of unique experiences Florida Victorious can offer Gator fans out there?
Absolutely. So as you can see, we range from $15 a month up to $250 a month. And we're offering exciting benefits like exclusive content that that the community members can see and get access to. We're creating new and unique events that are on the way. We're creating access to exclusive memorabilia, as I mentioned. But the most exciting tier that I think everybody that I get excited about is the 96 Club. It's in an orange box there for a reason. I'm pumped up about this because it's in direct tribute to our 1996 national championship winning football team. As part of the 96 Club, for $96 a month, you get a 96 Club polo with a visor or a hat. And the logo has been designed by Batesy, Gator great James Bates. He's an awesome guy. He's been great to work with. And then on top of that, we're creating an exclusive annual event held at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill with the head ball coach himself and members of that 96 team. So that's a unique tier that really shows our Gator pride. And, the more members at the $96 a month celebrate the 96 Club, the more likely we get to celebrate the 2024 Club or the 2023 Club, the national championship winning teams in the future.
Good stuff there, Nate. And a question that came in here through YouTube, what all will the advisory board do? Of course, there's some big names there. Of course, AR will be in the NFL and stuff. So I'm sure more his will be off season and what he can do there. But what will the advisory board be responsible for?
So like I said at the outset, our advisory board brings such an awesome variety of experience and knowledge that we're going to rely on them to provide insight as we navigate these challenging waters. Let's be honest, NIL is a new space. It changes constantly. And so we're going to rely on them and their expertise to help us navigate it. We're also really going to lean on them to help build awareness of what a good, strong NIL organization looks like and help us get the word out about the power of a well-run NIL organization and the power of NIL when it's done right as a force for good in the community.
And then the staff that you guys have put together and assembled, professional backgrounds, business, finance, athletic administration, and pair all that, you pair all that together. How important was it to get those professions, those backgrounds, to get Florida Victorious out there and make it be successful for a long time to come?
Man, that's everything. I'm just one guy. I'm sure so I can't do it all. We've got a phenomenal team. I wouldn't be sitting here today without each and every single one of them. And we've got Lisa Benchaim, who is our first hire. She's our student athlete engagement manager. She works with our charities day in and day out to make sure that our guys are doing what's needed to be done, handling all of our compliance work with them, making sure that everything comes off as expected. She has a phenomenal background in college football. She's worked with student athletes for the last 6 years, I believe, before joining us. So she knows how to work with them. She knows how to engage with them at a level that I've sure learned a lot from her on. We've got Ryan Dunn. We've got Eric Reisner. Eric Reisner was the head of development at Georgia Southern, and then at Colorado State most recently. So he's got a great fundraising background. Ryan Dunn was in Scott Strickland's office until very recently. And of course, we've got Jen Grosso, who was a huge part of what the Gator Collective was. She's got such an awesome range of experience and knowledge that we love having her on board as well. So we've just got a phenomenal team. At the end of the day, that's, the team is what helps make this happen. And if you're going to build a really strong organization, a sustainable organization, an organization that can win, you've got to have great talent. And I'm really excited about our organization, the folks that we've got around us.
Absolutely. I've gotten close to Jen over the last, year or so. And I'm glad, she's still involved. And, with that fan engagement part, we've hosted so many events with, these players on Twitter Spaces and Zoom meetings with members and stuff. And, for her to still be a part of it, that warms my heart a good bit, Nate.
And Jen, as you know, she's a special person, just a phenomenal human being. And I feel very fortunate to have her on our team.
Absolutely. So, of course, this is still tricky. As I said, there may still be some reservations of NIL. A lot of people still don't really understand NIL. And I think that probably filters out just a bit where it's still tricky in dealing with NIL in regards to working in compliance and, the NCAA rules that are out there. How do you guys make sure everything's on the up and up and, the whatever rules NCAA throws out there or even changes, that everything is done the right way for University of Florida and Florida Victorious?
Yeah, thanks for the question. As as we mentioned, we've got a strong relationship with the University Athletic Association. We've been fortunate enough to get to know a lot of their folks. One of the things that we've done is we've scheduled regular conversations with their compliance team to make sure that we're doing everything on the up and up, that everything is done properly. We're dotting all of the I's and crossing all the T's. As regulations change, as guidance changes, it's very helpful to know that we've got folks who understand it and can help make sure that we're doing what we need to do. Because at the end of the day, we're going to do things right. We're going to do things by the book, and we're going to make sure that we build an organization that all of Gator Nation can be proud to support.
All right, Nate, I've gotten this question a few times in the chat, and so I know 90% of the funds go to the student athletes, but it's been asked by a few, how much of that goes to football? So, my thing is, you've mentioned over 60 players. That 90, those players get 90% of the funds. I'm assuming that are, I guess, earmarked towards whatever they do. So, is there a clarification on how that works and how maybe it's divvied up?
Well, what I can say is that we got started supporting University of Florida football student athletes, and so yes, there at this point in time, a significant majority of our funds go to support the football team. That said, we are branching out. We're branching beyond that, and we'll continue to do so. We'd love, as I said, to be able to support every single student athlete at the University of Florida. That's our end game. But we need the support of everybody listening to this, everybody watching this, in order for us to be able to do that. And the sooner everyone supports us, the sooner we can branch out, support all these wonderful student athletes. To date, the majority of our support does go to the football program.
Now, I know you said you want to win. You want to see Florida win with championships out there, but maybe near future goals, far future goals. I mean, of course, representing every student athlete, as you said, out there, but anything I guess through philanthropy or anything, big goals that you would love to see University of Florida hit through Florida Victorious.
The landscape's changing all the time. So if I gave you a number today, it could be different tomorrow. That's the reality. Our goal is to build a strong, sustainable organization that can build a program that everyone can be proud of, that can support all of our UF student athletes, in a significant way and help make a big difference. That's our goal. It'd be hard to put a number on it because, like I said, it could change tomorrow.
Absolutely. So, look, guys, everybody out there, this is the future. This is the way we get to those paths of winning championships year in year. Make the University of Florida a destination, where NIL is. We know, it's everybody's looking at it. Recruits are looking at it. Student athletes are looking at it. Transfers are looking at it. This is a way to keep it going and to keep the train rolling at the University of Florida. Nate, anything else you want to add to this great new NIL venture for the University of Florida?
Yeah, look, I would just want to clarify. Obviously, we only work with current student athletes. And by the way, NIL is only one piece of the experience for a student athlete. It's an important piece. It's becoming an even more important piece. But it's only one piece. The Heavener Center is a phenomenal facility. We've got amazing facilities, amazing coaches. And as we see it, NIL is one piece of the puzzle. It's a very important piece of the puzzle, and it's an exciting piece of the puzzle. And in order for us to be competitive, in order for us to win on and off the field, we're going to have to do it right, and we need all of Gator Nation to support it. That's what this all comes down to.
Absolutely, guys. Link is in the description. It's floridavictorious.com. I threw up the membership tiers there. Just as little, $15 a month to support your favorite Gator student athletes, all the interaction that you get to have with them. We've had some very interesting conversations over the last year and a half with Florida student athletes out there. That's going to continue right here through Florida Victorious. And as Nate said, that 96 Club, that is awesome. And that annual event at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill as well with the HBC and the 96 players. But hey, if you can even do it, $250 a month. I mean, not everybody out there can do it, but if you can, hey, look, that's a great way to show your support. But look, that $15 a month out there can go a long way. Don't think that just $15, oh no, it won't make a difference. It will. Add all this up. It can make a huge difference for us out there.
Every single subscription makes a difference. Let me tell you that. I know it for a fact. Every subscription makes a difference. We need all of Gator Nation to rally behind it in order for us to make it happen. We want to support every one of our student athletes. And so please give us a hand, help us out, help us win.
Absolutely. Nate, and one more, we get to know you a bit here. So how did you get involved? I know the background, Somerset, Pennsylvania, your bio up there on the website. So you're up north, a Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering from Notre Dame, MBA from Harvard Business School. How'd you end up in Gainesville? How'd you end up at Florida and working right here with Florida Victorious?
So I actually live in Miami, Florida, just to clarify. But I got involved because of Jose Costa, who is the founder and chairman of Florida Victorious. Jose is a Gator alum. He's a successful business person and a member of the UF Executive Foundation Board. He saw an opportunity to make a difference. I've worked for Jose in a variety of capacities since 2017 in a number of different areas. And when he had this opportunity, he called me up and asked me if I'd want to help. And let me be clear, I wasn't born a Gator, but I'm an adopted Gator. I'm 100% Gator. Happy to help and excited for the opportunity. It's such an interesting time in collegiate athletics. At the end of the day, why not me? Why not us? Let's all work together. Jose is a phenomenal Gator, and he's doing everything he can to help the Gators win. And I'm excited to be able to work with him and help make a difference for Gator student athletes.
Absolutely. We all are. Hopefully we can get there. And this right here will go a long way in making it attractive out there for student athletes to go out there and do some good. We'll get some access to them right here on Gators Breakdown throughout the time here, pairing up with Florida Victorious, and you're just really getting some good stories out there. So Nate, I can't wait to see this thing expand, get bigger, and it lead to all these big things that we have in our head. It's possible, and it's possible right here.
It is. We're going to win. We're going to do it. We need your help.
Absolutely. Link is in the description, floridavictorious.com. You guys can go join there. Nate, man, I can't thank you enough for joining me on Gators Breakdown, kind of answering questions, clarifying some things, and really helping take NIL at Florida to a whole nother place.
Happy to do it. Excited to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.